It is Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank here on WCCS, AM 1160 and FM 101.1. It's time for our visit with the Indiana Senior High School students, and Principal Wade McElhenney has brought a group of them in. And by the way, this is being aired on Facebook Live as well, so you could watch it right now and then watch the archived version later. Principal McElhenney, the number of students keeps increasing here, second by second. We better get right to it, huh?
Well, we are so fortunate to have so many students to bring this morning with their talents and contributions. Yes, we get right to it. First up, we have Mr. Mike Lehman. Mm-hmm. He is a secondary physics teacher, and he is also a club advisor of Pennsylvania Junior Academy of Science. He has brought some students here with him, so I'll allow him to introduce them.
The PJAS kids are here. Good morning.
Hi, how are you?
Wonderful, wonderful.
So as Mr. McElhenney said, my name's Mike Lehman. I'm also co-advisor with Emily Hickson and Jamie Edmonds. We've been very fortunate this year to have our club grow from 10 to 30 students.
Wow.
So we are on an upswing. Students do research ranging from independent projects that they've picked on their own to projects working with professors at IUP. So they're doing some really great research that could make some significant impacts on real life for real people at some point, hopefully. I'm here today with Talia Mostalski and Tian Shira, and they're going to talk about the projects that they're working on.
All right, wonderful. So folks know who's speaking at any given time. You could both introduce yourselves and go ahead and just tell us what you're up to.
Okay. Well, hi, I'm Talia Mostalski. I'm the treasurer of the club, and in our club, we mainly compete in two different fairs, Pennsylvania Junior Academy of Science. There's a regional fair in February at Slippery Rock, and if you get a first prize, we get to go on to a competition at Penn State in May, which is a 3-day trip, and it's really fun. We also do Pennsylvania Regional Science and Engineering Fair at Heinz Field, which is in March, and we can compete for scholarships and that kind of fun stuff. We also do IUP Women in Science Fair, and we also help out at the Elementary Science Fair, whenever that will be.
Wonderful.
And my project this year is an engineering project. I'm looking for a practical way to reduce the light pollution at our high school. Basically, I'm using a light sensor to test the lights around the school and design a low light fixture to help reduce the light pollution, cuts down on energy, doesn't affect circadian rhythms, distracts from animals.
Mm-hmm. Wow. And so that involves different types of light, not just quantity of light, but different types of light, does it not?
Yeah, certain lights produce more light pollution than others, also different colors affect it.
Wonderful. And with you this morning...
Hi, I'm Tian Shira, and I'm the president of Science Club. So another cool thing that Science Club does is we're partially funded by the school board, but we also do a lot of school-wide and community fundraisers to help raise funds for our club so that we can go to different science fairs. First, teacher luncheons, where we all bring in food and help out the teachers, and we also kindly accept donations. And one of our community fundraisers that we're doing this year is through Chipotle, and everyone who eats at Chipotle on a certain night in February, date to be determined, part of their funds will be going to our IHS Science Club. Mm-hmm. So this year my project is on Madagascar hissing cockroaches and sugar's effect on their circadian rhythms. Circadian rhythms are when an organism wakes up and goes to sleep at night, and everyone has them. So I'll be experimenting on the effect that sugar has on a cockroach's circadian rhythm. Past data has shown that in humans, sugar seriously affects circadian rhythms and can keep you awake at night, and it also decreases your activity level. So I wanted to see if these statements also applied to roaches. So I'll just be observing their activity levels through putting them basically on hamster wheels and using an infrared sensor to track every time they move the wheel. And
wait a second. Hissing cockroaches on hamster wheels.
Cockroaches on hamster wheels, yeah.
Gotta see this. This is going to be on Facebook, isn't it?
Hopefully.
Okay, then. YouTube, everywhere. We want it everywhere.
Yeah, so I've done one run of the experiment so far, and as a whole, I've seen that any cockroaches that are exposed that have consumed sugar generally decrease their activity levels just like humans would. And I've also found that as a whole, they... if they have a low activity level before being exposed to sugar, they have a high activity level after being exposed to sugar, and the opposite is true. So if they had a high activity level before being exposed to sugar, they'll have a low activity level after being exposed to sugar. So.
Wow. All right. Wonderful, wonderful. Bonus points if you can, either one of you, recite the universal law of gravitation right now. You can do that. There is an attraction between every two objects in the universe that is directly proportional to the product of their masses and indirectly proportional to the square of the distance between them. You don't remember that? Teachers over there saying, yes, you remember that. I learned it in 10th grade. I have no idea what it means. But it's stuck in my brain all that time.
A self-seemingly contradictory statement that is true is a paradox. Same thing.
This guy is just full of these things today.
Hey.
Truisms from Principal McElhaney today. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate it.
Okay, next up, we're going to have Connor McQuaid. He's here to give an important and special announcement about our school store.
There you go. Connor, good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you today?
Wonderful.
Awesome.
What's up?
I'm on here on behalf of SGA to announce that our Trading Post school store that we have will be launching today with all new items. I'm very excited about that. We have new T-shirts as seen right here with the new logo as well. And the logo, our previous logos, we wanted to go back to sort of a historical type with keeping the Native Americans as a part of our history with our school. And so we incorporated that with our eye that has always been a symbol of our school for many years.
Looks good.
Yeah, thank you. And we'll be selling T-shirts in black and white, sweatshirts in black and white as well, and joggers in black. And we're very excited about that. And overall, if any community members would like to also come buy any items that we'll be selling, they can come email Mr. Burdig, which is our SGA advisor, at mburdig@iasd.cc. And any community members can stop in after our school hours from 2:35 to 3:30. And we're really hoping that we can try to get that awareness out and keep our school spirit going for all the community and everything.
Great plan.
Yeah,
Great
thank
plan.
you. But other than that, our social media, we're also broadening out with that, trying to get more of an awareness out to our area and creating a new website as well at ihssga.wordpress.com. So we're really excited to take that off.
ihssga@wordpress.
Yeah.
Got it.
Awesome.
I'm going to store it right up there with the universal law of gravitation.
I
So I'm
believe
good
that.
to go. I'm good to go. Thank you, Connor.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, Connor's been burning the midnight oil. He and some other students working hard to get our school store ready for its grand reopening.
Wonderful.
Okay, next, we have two students who introduce themselves. They're here on behalf of raising awareness for THON.
Okay.
Ladies.
Wonderful. Ladies, good morning.
Morning.
And go ahead. I'm just going to shut up and let you talk.
We're here to talk about the annual Minithon that we host at the high school every year. It's kind of mimics Penn State's Thon that they do for the Four Diamonds charity, which raises money for pediatric cancer.
You didn't introduce yourself?
Oh, sorry. I'm a Stossel. I'm a senior in the leadership seminar, which runs Thon at the high school.
Wonderful.
Okay, I'm Allison Ream, and I'm also on leadership, and we're in full swing now of getting ready. It's March 23rd this year, so we're getting out and doing some fundraising in the community. Community members will see jars that are labeled IHS Minithon that they can leave donations in that help go to our total. This year we're trying to beat last year's total of $22,000, so
Wow.
every little bit counts.
Now, explain THON for those who don't know. At Penn State, it's like you have to dance for
Right,
10,000 straight hours. And
See,
things like
ours
that.
is shorter. It's for 6 hours.
Okay.
And it's not that long. We don't ask that much of the students, but we do the same kind of activities where we dance and do sports, and it's just a good time for everyone.
Have a great time.
Yes.
Wonderful. All right, give the date again.
March 23rd.
March 23rd. And folks can support by...
We have jars that are going to be around local businesses, so if you see one, you could just put your extra change in it.
There you go. For THON at Indiana High. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate that. It's 8:54, about 5.5 minutes away from 9 o'clock. Sir, you're up next.
We're up next. Okay. Next, we have Anthony Morris and Hallie Orr, and they are here in part to perform
Good.
for us. Anthony made the visit last time, but due to an instrument malfunction,
Oh, yeah. I
we
remember that.
wanted him to be able to share his talents with us. So we're going to be performing a duet. They can give some background information on the piece here shortly. But as they are setting up or getting ready for this, just make an announcement. Jazz Bands of Indiana will have a concert this evening at the senior high school at 7:30. And then next week, they have the Wind concert. It is also, that's on Wednesday, January 20, what is it?
I haven't the foggiest idea.
It's
You're
Wednesday of
asking
next
me?
week. But it is
Oh,
also
wait, I'll
at
check this
7:30.
calendar book I have beside me. That might give us a clue. Next Wednesday is the 24th.
Thank you, Todd. Appreciate that.
That's why I'm
here.
And
everybody is invited to come and see the time-honored efforts of our students and staff.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, the stage belongs to you. I'm going to tell you what, let's hold this microphone in a little bit to catch you a little bit better. And you're first. Go ahead.
So the song we were playing is...
Come on a little closer. We can't hear you. There you go.
The song we were playing is called Hymn. It's an Arabian song. It is relatively slow, so we will be repeating the song once, even as well as it is short. So.
Okay. All right. We're looking forward to it. And we should explain you're on clarinets for folks who aren't. Wonderful. Thank you so much. That's tremendous. Boy, the talent at Indiana Senior High is amazing. We're at about a minute and a half away from the hour. Tell us again, Principal McElhenney, about the concert information. Tonight and tomorrow night, you said?
We have that tonight for the Jazz Bands of Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be 7:30 this evening at the Senior High School Auditorium.
Mm-hmm.
And then next week, January 24th, Wednesday, at 7:30 also, will be the Wind concert at the Senior High School. So we certainly invite everybody out to see the talent of our students, to experience the joy of their hard work and the music that is made at the Senior High School.
Tremendous. Well, they certainly have gotten an example of that here this morning. Real quick, we've got less than a minute to go, but come on up to the microphone and introduce yourself so folks know who was just playing that wonderful music.
My name was Anthony Morse,
Mm-hmm.
and I considered the lead role, or
Mm-hmm.
the lead role in that song. I played the higher notes.
Wonderful.
I'm Haley Orr, and I played the lower part of the song, which is like the secondary part.
Well, you both did a wonderful job, and I appreciate you coming in to play for us today. We appreciate everything that we had learned from Indiana Senior High. Very good. Principal McElhenney, nice job. You picked a good group of students to come in today. Tell you what, not only can you take that music stand, you can take the one you left here last month with you, too. How's that?
We will do that.
Okay.
And thank you so much, Todd, for allowing us to come up.
Our pleasure. It is Indiana in the Morning, presented as always by First Commonwealth Bank here on WCCS AM 1160 and FM 101.1. Fox News up next.